welcome to Spirit Hunters Paranormal 911. My name is Tim. First off, if you're new to our channel, be sure to go down be sure to go down and hit that subscribe button. Become a fan or a follower of our channel. Share with everyone you know. Hopefully they will come and join our channel as well. You can always leave comments there. If you have questions or something you'd like to know, we do kind of go over our comments and being able to get back and answer those questions. Or if you see anything in any of our videos or hear anything in our videos, please let us know, because sometimes we do miss stuff. Also, if you like our videos and like to see more of them, you can always hit that notification bell, and that way every time a new one comes out, you will be notified. And always, hit that like button. That way it kind of lets us know what videos you are enjoying, and it will help us to know which videos we need to concentrate on making more of. The video that I'm doing today is going to be on doing investigation. A lot of people ask me, well, how do I do it? Is there a certain way it needs to be done? Actually, there's really no right way or wrong way to do an investigation. There's many different ways they can be done. I'm just going to kind of go over one way that I do investigation that can kind of give you some pointers or help you, kind of guide you in the right direction of what you might want to try. I have different ways I do them. It kind of depends on, I guess, what I'm trying to accomplish, what I'm trying to capture for my video, as to what I'll do. When I do investigations, I kind of have, I don't know, step-by-step procedure that I kind of go through. That way it kind of gives me an idea of what I'm wanting to accomplish, or what I'm hoping to accomplish. First of all, I kind of pick out a place where I plan on going to do my investigation, whether it's in a home, in a cemetery, abandoned building, near a bridge, even out in the woods. Kind of pick a place where you'd like to go do investigation. Of course, people say, well, how do I know if it's haunted or not? Well, it doesn't have to be known to be haunted to be able to have any type of communication through a spirit or entity. They're pretty much just about everywhere. So just because it's not said to be haunted doesn't mean that there's nothing there. So pick you out a place where you'd like to go and do your investigation. Second part would be to gather as much information on where you're going. Try to find some history on it. If there's been any type of major accident, or if someone was killed there. That does help in your investigation, because it kind of gives you an idea of what you might be trying to communicate with. Especially if you're able to get some names or some particulars on what had happened there. You can use those in your investigation. Once you have all that, your information gathered up, then kind of schedule, when you're going to go do your investigation. Make sure all your equipment's up and running. Know what equipment you plan on taking with you to use. Basically, most people use like a still camera to take still pictures. Because sometimes you'll have images that come up in your photo that you actually don't see with your eye. It could be something that's explainable, but it could also be something in the paranormal line. We also take like a digital camera. I prefer one that is equipped with infrared for night vision. I also take a voice recorder with me. A lot of times I'll use it by asking questions and see if I can pick up any type of sound or voice come back through it. Sometimes you will have a voice or sound come back through on your video cam. So when you review back over it, kind of keep an ear open for trying to listen for other sounds than other than what you did for your video. Also take like a K2 meter, or known as EMF meter, trying to get some type of indication that there is some kind of energy there, because it will set the lights off on to let us know. If you're out in like a cemetery or bridge, more likely if you're picking up something, it is energy. If you are in a home, it could be other things that set it off. If it's near a power source, that will set it off. So kind of debunk those situations. Make sure that you are getting an actual reading from a spirit and not from some other power source. Also, you know, before you go on your investigation, make sure all your equipment's up and running in good condition. Your batteries are charged. You have extra batteries with you. Your flashlight, you always want to take a flashlight. I always decide to take two, because spirits are known to draw from the energy of your equipment. They'll drain your batteries, so it's always good to have a backup. Because if you're out there doing one at nighttime and your flashlight goes dead, you're in the dark unless you have another battery. Of course, if you have a video cam that has night vision, you're able to see somewhat through it, but if they drain the power on that one, you're totally in the dark. And I have had that happen to me before, and I don't know, it seems like the spirits, once they drain that energy, they want to get real active around you, and it does get kind of spooky. So make sure you have plenty of batteries to for backup. Also, take a spirit box with me. It's not necessary. There's all different kinds of spirit boxes you can get. I will be doing another video on some of the equipment that is available. Some of it that is kind of high price, but there are some equipment that is in a budget. You know, if you're trying to be a beginner on doing paranormal investigating and don't have a whole lot of money to spend, there are ways that you can do it where it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. But you know, check our video out on equipment when I put that one out, because it will give you some ideas on things you can get that won't cost you a lot. That's pretty much the things I'll take with me on an investigation. Sometimes I'll take trigger toys, especially when I'm going to a place that have like children, the spirits of a child, whether it's in a home or at a cemetery, because I'll use these objects to interact with them that way. You know, by having these toys out there, you know, you're inviting them to come over and play with these toys. So once I have that, we have all our equipment up and running. We know some information about the place. We've already scheduled a day or a night when we're going to go do our investigation. Then we're going to go there. What we do once we get there, some people, they'll just go on in and start doing their investigation. Myself, I kind of like to do like a prayer before I go into it or start an investigation. You know, asking the Lord to kind of watch over us, protect us, kind of guide us through our investigation, you know, to help us out, allow the spirits to be able to talk with us. And you know, pretty much I'm also, I believe that like cemeteries, they have like a guardian spirit that watches over the cemetery. So I'm basically asking for his permission, you know, to allow us to come in to their home, because basically that is their home. You know, we're just coming there to visit, coming there to investigate. So we're getting permission to come in and do our investigation, asking him to allow us to communicate with the spirits that are there. Also kind of introducing myself and whoever else is with me, letting them know that basically what we're there doing, that we're not there to harm them in any way, or any equipment we have will harm them. Um, just basic conversation with them, to kind of let them know what we're there, and hopefully that everything goes good. Um, Once we go in onto the property or into the property to do our investigation, have our camera going, have our EMF meter on, see if we can get any indication of any energy around us. Excuse me. I always, like I say, there's no really right way or wrong way, just kind of come up with your own style to do it. I'm just giving you a suggestion on one way that we do it, and you can change it around, do little different things, add stuff to it. Just kind of use your own judgment. But I'll go in, and like I say, I'll have my camera going, and I'll have my K2 meter going, but I'll just be like I'm talking with the spirits. I'm having a conversation with them. Inviting them to come over and join us. We're here to try to communicate with them, have them come and do something for us, whether it's to make a sound, whether it's to make our K2 meter light up, show themselves to us, even come over and touch us, talk to us. You're just inviting them to do things, to kind of interact with you. So do different things, because there's many different things you can do to get them to interact. Now, a lot of times when you go to a place the first time, you may not get anything. You may spend a couple hours there trying different things, trying to get them to come and communicate with you, to interact with you. It's not saying that they're not there, because I believe that they are there and that they do see us. They're just kind of staying off at a distance watching us, because if there's a spirit of somebody that passed away in the 1800s or the early 1900s, they have no idea what this equipment is. They've never seen it before. So in a way, they're probably kind of scared, or not quite sure what it does. So they're just kind of staying off in the distance watching, seeing what we're doing, seeing what our equipment does. We may have to go back 2-3 times, maybe even more, before they actually start feeling safe around us and start coming in closer, I would say, to interact with us, start doing things for us. So you got to have a lot of patience when you do this, because like I say, a lot of times you'll go there and spend hours and get nothing, and you may have to go back several times before you do get something. So be patient, and eventually things do happen. But we go in, and when I'm videoing, I don't want to go fast. When we investigate, we don't want to go fast. We may want to just walk in the gate and stand there and just kind of film back and forth slowly as we're talking, inviting them over to interact with us. And most of the time you want to be silent so you're able to hear things that happen in your surroundings. Whether you hear, if it's fall time, you can hear something walking on the leaves, crunching on sticks. You can hear sounds. Of course, you want to debunk a lot of this, because there's other things out there that could be causing these sounds. So debunk everything first before you come down to a conclusion that possibly what you're hearing is some type of paranormal activity. We'll go to different spots. Like I say, we'll stay in one spot and do a little bit there, and then we'll move to a little different location, walk in a little bit further, and still basically doing the same thing, inviting them over to interact with us, asking them to please come over and touch our K2 meter, light it up. Let us know that you are here with us. Make some sound or something to show us that you are here. You're trying to invite them to do things for you. So don't necessarily stick with one particular style or one particular thing. Mix them up. A lot of times when I'm videoing, especially around bushes or trees or large headstones, because I'm giving examples of cemetery on this video that we're doing. Uh, when I'm videoing, I hit those areas, I may stop and just kind of slowly move back and forth right there in that area, because I find that a lot of spirits that are watching us or off in the distance, they're kind of hiding behind these objects, you know, kind of peeking around the corner watching us. And there's a lot of times that when I come over into that area, I can see that there's something there before it disappears. I'm able to capture that on camera. So you don't want to rush yourself, you know, when you're taking a video. Stop in certain areas and kind of just stay there for a little bit. You know, go on a little bit, maybe come back to that. You know, try to catch them as they're peeking around the corner at you, because it's kind of awesome when you do catch something that you are able to capture on camera. You know, it makes you feel like you've accomplished something. So, you know, just that's pretty much how we do an investigation, you know, on a cemetery. We take our time, you know, we talk with them, we listen a lot. We use our spirit box to do a little spirit box session. A spirit box is something, if you're unfamiliar with, it's a device that the spirits can manipulate to speak through, to where we can hear a voice. It's not necessarily their voice, but it's a voice of where they're able to talk, to where we can hear. A lot of times you're going to hear a lot of voices come through, but you have to kind of focus and listen to try to pick up on hearing the same voice, you know, several times throughout the spirit box session. When you're asking questions, trying to get a result, you're trying to listen to see if you can hear an answer for that question. But also, when you're asking questions, the answers that you're getting back for your questions, kind of see if it possibly is the same voice that you've been hearing, because that can be an indication that you are communicating with one certain spirit. These are, like I say, basic things that you can do. There are many different ways to do it. I'll probably do some other styles or other tricks that you might try in your videos, but a lot of times you can just, you know, kind of use your own judgment, use your own mind, come up with different ways. Like I say, there's no really right way or wrong way. It's just being able to be respectful, courteous, and you don't want to get demanding or anything like that, because you can agitate a spirit, and spirit can come back at you. So you don't want to do that, because a lot of times, you know, it's been known, I've had it happen, where, you know, somebody can get hurt because they can't do things, and not being able to see them, you know, it kind of catches you off guard. And that's kind of one reason I like it, or many people do, is because you are unable to see them. You don't know what they're going to do, when they're going to do it. They could be right beside you and touch you, and you're going to jump because you weren't expecting it, not knowing that they're there. Or I've had them come up and actually been able to hear the voice where they've spoken or yelled something in my ear, and it's like they were right here beside me. It'll make you jump. You know, throwing things, they can do that. You know, there's just different things that a spirit can do that will catch you off guard. So kind of prepare yourself in your mind, you know, that things could happen. So it may not scare you just as bad as if not even thinking about it and something happens, because it will make you jump. And I've had people that have gone with me that things have happened, and it caught them off guard and scared them so bad they take off running, or they left. You know, I can't do this. You know, it's just too scary. You know, it's all right to be scared, you know, when something like that happens, but I always tell people, don't show a fear, because if you show a fear, that's kind of like a energy that a spirit will use. They can draw off of your fear, which makes them stronger. So especially if it's a dark energy or demonic energy, that's what they're out to do. They're out to try to scare us, make us afraid, because that only makes them stronger. So it's like I say, it's okay to be afraid, to be aware of what's going on around you, but just don't show that fear that take off running, or be so scared that you want to leave, because they will draw that energy from you. Usually when I'm done with my investigation, I'll always be polite. I'll thank them for interacting with me or allowing me to be there. And if I was able to pick up on the spirit box, I thank them for doing that. That I will go home and listen back over it, see what all I can pick up off of it. If they made one of your trigger toys move or the K2 meter go off, I thank them for doing that. It's kind of appreciation that we're, giving them for coming and joining us and doing something. And I find a lot of times that if you're polite and courteous like that, when you go back again, and it's almost like, oh, I know you, I've seen you here before. And they're going to come over and start interacting with you right off the bat, and, they may bring another spirit friend that's there with them, so you get more activity. So be courteous, and then of course, as we're leaving, also say like a closing prayer, thanking the Lord for watching over us and keeping us safe, and also ask the Lord that all spirits or entities that are here, that He commands that they stay here, they do not follow us home, they do not go with us, they do not attach themselves to us or any of our equipment. It's kind of like a safety prayer, or something safe that you would do to more or less keep them from going home with you, because spirit, if you go to different places, some spirits, they kind of I don't know, they're drawn to you, they feel an energy from you, something they need, they like you. Really, we don't know what the reason is behind it, but sometimes you can take a spirit home with you, or something else, whether it's negative energy, a demonic, we just really don't know, but it has happened. I know that really don't even have to be doing investigation. You be at a place where there are spirits there that you don't even know, or nobody really knows that they're there, and for some reason they feel some kind of attraction to you, or there's something about you that they need, and they'll follow you home or attach themselves. And that's where a lot of these homes get some kind of activity, because I'll have clients that will call me and say that they're having noises or sound or feeling or seeing things, that they feel their home is haunted, and we'll go in, and sometimes I find out that there's nothing there, they're just kind of imagining it. Times I go there and there are a spirit energy there, but a lot of times it's either somebody that has lived there in the past, or it's a loved one of the family that is there, but occasionally I'll come across one of a spirit that has followed them home from someplace. So I always kind of give that closing prayer to keep that from happening. That pretty much covers on some ins and outs, some basic ideas on how to do paranormal investigation. Like I say, there's many places you can go. There's different styles you can do. There's many trigger objects you can try. There's different devices that you can use. And be sure to watch out for that video on the different type of devices and other things that you can use to communicate with spirits, whether it's out in the open near a bridge or cemetery, or whether it's in a home or some other kind of structure. You know, there's different ways that we do our investigations, and like I say, I will be putting out probably a couple other videos down this line, maybe doing one in a house, maybe doing one at a bridge, kind of give you a basic style or an idea of how to go about it. I hope you enjoyed our videos, and be sure, if you haven't seen our other educational videos, go watch them, and be sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, mash that like button, and if you have any comments or have any questions, be sure to leave one. We do view over our comments and try to answer them back as quick as we can. And till our next video, I hope you all stay safe, and we'll see you on our next adventure.